Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is Tom Stark, and I had just a couple of thoughts that came to me, and I wanted to share them with you today. I know it's a couple days after Thanksgiving, and it's a couple days after we've had the beginning of the holiday season. So everybody's been eating and eating a lot and being very full, hopefully being in a joyous mood and not simply eating foods for the comfort food reasons. But I wanted to share a couple things with you today about that, about the holiday season, about eating. One of the things that Susan and I have been very aware of in the last couple of years is our health, our gut health. And, we adopted a phrase, came upon it really, and it's, we are what our bodies absorb. We are what our bodies absorb. So whether we're applying products to our skin or eating them, the chemicals, all the toxins that are in those products, they will deposit and they will rest in our organs and in our body. Well, there's a corollary to that, and the corollary goes, we are not only what we absorb, but we also are what we digest. It's kind of like breathing. If you think about it, when we breathe in oxygen, and we need it as a fuel to our body, but there's always an exhale and always an exhaust where we have to get rid of the carbon dioxide or the breathing that we have. So we're always taking something in, we're always letting something out. The same is true with our food. So Thanksgiving was the beginning of the holiday season. And I don't know about you, but a lot of people do, in fact, overeat. They don't worry about the caloric intake, and they just eat. So one of the things that I've done is I want to do a demonstration, and the demonstration is this. I took a quarter cup of oatmeal, half a cup of water. I took it and I put it in the microwave and nuked it for about 65, 70 seconds, something like that. But I'm going to take it and I want to turn it upside down so that you can see, there we go, so that you can see what happens when we're taking stuff into our body, but we're not really digesting it, we're not really moving it out of our body. So a lot of people this time of year will take digestive enzymes or simply take digestive enzymes anyway. So I'm going to take this little tiny pill. It's called the Daily Digest, and we are going to put it, we're going to drop the capsule, or not the capsule, we're going to break the capsule open and put it in the oatmeal. And the oatmeal has been sitting here for about a half hour, maybe a little bit more than that. But we're going to do it, and as I'm talking, I am going to be stirring, because all I've done is just throw in a little bit of the Daily Digest, and I'm going to stir. Well, the reason for this is pretty simple. When we've overeaten, we have a lot of processed foods, or we have a lot of foods that our body simply can't tolerate very well. And as we do that, and here we go, we're still stirring away. But as we eat, as we digest, there are certain things that happen. So we don't, our bodies, when we get past the age 30, the natural digestive enzymes in our body, they tend to go away. And so they decrease over time. Second thing that happens is that we have a food supply system that is highly tainted. So the way foods are grown today, the way they're manufactured, the way they're processed, it always takes away from the nutrient value in the food as well as the digestive value in the food. Same thing is true with, anyway, it's just a problem that's happening in our society, and it's almost a perfect storm. As we age, we lose our digestive ability. We're also taking in foods that are not as digestively healthy as what they were, years and years ago. So I've taken that Daily Digest, I've plunked it in here, and as you can see, it's liquefying. It's truly liquefying the oatmeal. And if I were to turn it over and just kind of, you can see how it's slushing around. If I really wanted to, I could turn it upside down and pour it on my lap or on the floor, whatever. But I want you to understand that, in this holiday season, we have choices that we need to make. We all want to have fun. We all want to eat. We all want to have a festive time. And yet in the process of it, we also have this thing happening where our bodies aren't digesting the foods as they used to. The foods are not being the nutrient value and the digestive value of the foods isn't what it used to be years and years ago. So the idea of supplementing and taking a digestive enzyme is a very practical one. It's a very good idea. So I want to encourage you to do something, and that is to take, if you use digestive enzymes already, do the same test. See how quickly it works. if you take, as I mentioned, a quarter cup of oatmeal, you put a half a cup of water, you nuke it for maybe a minute and 10 seconds, something like that, and then let it rest a little bit, it will get harder than a rock. And again, that's much like the food in our digestive system, and especially when we've overeaten. So with a digestive enzyme, such as the one that we use, Daily Digest, it's through Asante Organics. The thing with the Daily Digest is that it's taken about 3 minutes, and this thing is just getting more and more liquidy, more and more watery. And so in my digestive system, we use the Daily Digest frequently, and what it does is just breaks down all the food that's in our gut, and it helps us to process and eliminate all of that, all the waste, all the garbage, all the toxins, all the bad stuff that's in it. So with that, I just want to leave you with a quick thought today, and that is, don't be afraid to look at supplements. Don't be afraid to try this test if you're using supplements and see if it works. But we'd love to be able to talk with you a little bit more about it, so send us a private message. Again, my name is Tom Stark, and thank you so much for watching. And there it is. It is all liquidy. So I'm not going to pour it out because it's all going to land on the computer laptop or on the keyboard. Anyway, thank you very much. Hope you guys have a great holiday season.